This video introduces how to switch between Chinese and English and parameter settings of the controller. The way to switch between English and Chinese is in the last item of the main menu. Scroll down to find the last item. Press OK. The first item is to switch between Chinese and English. Press OK to start switching and pop up reset. Input E is Chinese, input R is English. The operation interface displays in English. Pop-up prompt to reset. There are two ways to reset. The first is the operating handle, and the second is the machine button. Both methods can be reset. The same goes for switching back to Chinese. Press the main menu. Note that the handle cannot be pressed during reset. Press to the last item. Open last item. Select the first one. Select the corresponding ERR and press OK. Choose E to switch to Chinese. A reset prompt pops up. Just press the reset button. Let me introduce another one. That is, we deleted the default parameters when we made a mistake. How do we get them back? Read default parameters. Suppose we remove these default parameters. Then, we move the cursor to the first screw hole. Press the Insert key to insert a blank line. This is to insert a blank line. Click to specify more. Then find the second one. Insert commonly used motion parameters. Press OK and the system will insert these default parameters back. Then we delete the blank line. We delete the unnecessary parameters and modify the required parameters. The first line, the coordinate position of the feeder, delete this parameter. We don't need to use it. Set parameters according to your own needs. The previous video introduced these parameters. Select torque mode, not depth mode. If you assemble small size screws below EDR, when assembling the LED module mask, adjust the push rod to control the downward depth of the screws. Torque adjustment is set in the display. This is to debug the speed of X, Y, Z movement. We set the speed according to this parameter. The normal situation is that X moves more distance. The parameters are roughly set like this. On the left is working head E and on the right is working head R. The torque is set by the individual working heads. Login user permissions. The password is 666666. Select the work head here and modify the parameters. Switch the work here. The left working head is E. The right working head is R. Sun and S do not need to be used. If you need to modify the torque, first select the corresponding work head and then modify the parameters. Open Task Management. Normally, we only modify the torque of the motor, the number of rotations, and the speed of rotation. Do not modify other parameters. After modifying the parameters, press Save. Wait a moment, it will show that the save is completed. Then press Driver Test, Data Input. During the working process, the torque parameters and other data cannot be modified, and the operation can only be stopped.